Hello, Requiny7 and welcome back to Roll the Waves 3 as we head into the defining conflict for our Spanish playthrough. At least that's certainly how it feels at the moment. We are, of course, just kicked off a war with France, and it's taken me a little bit longer to get this episode out than I hoped, but my life was rudely interrupted by a final business trip of the year, so I had to go away for a few days. But that's done and dusted. Not only have I finished travelling, I'm now finished with work for the Christmas period, so I've got plenty of times to get on and record some games. And I'm super excited to see where this war takes us, because it's an interesting one. I've given some orders, I've mobilised my fleet. And we'll maybe talk about what I've sent where in a moment. We can just do a quick refresh of the old almanac. See what we're up against. It's not terrible. So they've got about 50% more tonnage than us right now. In terms of heavy ships, they've got a couple of battleships. Obviously, we've only got our pocket ones. They've got a battle cruiser and a couple of CVLs, and that's kind of it. So we beat them in the air arm. We've got a CV and 3 CVLs. They've got a few more heavier ships. I suspect they're better quality than ours, but it's not too disparaging. They've got heavy cruisers were very similar. They've got a few more lights. They massively outnumber us there, and destroyers they massively outnumber us. So we'll have to kind of whittle away their light forces. I think is going to be key. So what have I done in terms of our naval setup? Well, I've mobilised everyone, and I've actually dispatched a few squadrons to look after some of our key interests overseas. So off to the Caribbean, this is just a little one. I've sent the Baltico on by themselves just to go over there, just to help defend our interests. France doesn't have much of a presence. We'll just have to keep an eye to see if they mobilise anything else out there. And then over in Southeast Asia, sending a bit of a stronger force. I'm opted to spend both of our treaty cruisers, our heavy cruisers out that way. I'm also sending the Cisne and the Adalbert CVL, as well as a few destroyers, just to be our kind of Southeast Asia force. France has got a few light cruisers and things over here, but nothing too strong. And that may open up some options in terms of forcing a hand about the naval invasions. Speaking of naval invasions, and those of you with eagle eyes will have already seen, I've actually opted to plan for Algeria. And this was an interesting one. And I was trying to think about where I wanted to go. I think there's definitely remit and scope to do some stuff out in Southeast Asia. We can reach the Caribbean. I don't think we can reach Africa, but I'm not so worried about that. I mean, logically speaking, you should find the one which is worth the most, which I think is at value 5 on there, and try and take it, because it gives you biggest bang for the buck. However, there's two things I wanted to do. First, I want to ensure that somewhere was being planned for naval invasion to try and pull as many French forces as we can out of Northern Europe. They currently have 80 points worth, as you can see there, and much more than we have. And I'm pulling most of those out of Northern Europe anyway. So what I want to do is to get France to commit its forces such that it's got less than 72 points, so it can't enact a blockade on me. Right? I don't want to be in blockade territory. So that's why I thought, well, we'll get it somewhere and that'll force it to pull ships. And the other one was in the Med here. We're getting towards that excessive amounts of airplanes in the sky type phase. Ranges aren't huge yet, but if you look up this neck of the woods, you can see you've got Nice, you've got Toulon, you've got whatever this base is called at the southern end of Corsica. So there's a lot of French airplanes up in here, and obviously we've got our own ones spread out on Sardinia, and the Balearics. And then France has got some down, one in Algeria and one in Tunis. So I thought, well, if we pull our invasion target down here, then it's going to draw a bunch of the battles down to the south here, where we've essentially got parity. If not maybe a few bit more. I don't know how big these air bases are, and that might be a better part of the Mediterranean to fight in than up here along the French coast. At least that was the thoughts. Truth be told, I wouldn't mind fighting in chunks of Northern Europe as long as it wasn't near the French coast, but we'll start with that. Good. Oh, one thing I haven't done is if I go to my air groups, I did activate everyone, but I need to look if there's any increases we want. So you Why do you not have 40 at full strength? I'm sure there's a reason that's the case, but I don't know what it is. That's a lot of medium bombers as well. I think I'm going to reduce you a little bit. Just 8's probably enough. Does that leave me 7? I might throw in just a little, whatchamacallit, fighter wing in Palma, because that's fairly near the action. Anyone could reach there. Might not be close enough. I might want to do that on Sardinia to defend from French air attacks, but maybe don't need it on Palma. So I could just throw another 7 aircraft in another wing of something. Why don't I just add a dive bomber or something? Right, there you go. That'll do for now. So here, you do have fighters here already. Perfect. You've got torpedo bombers. And I think we did talk about dropping one wing of torpedo bombers for dive bombers. I don't think we actually got our own native dive bombers yet. I'm going to do it anyway. Let's drop you. I just have to change the role actually, don't I? Yes, I do. Boom. Here we go. All right, we'll have one thing of dive bombers. Might take them a couple of days to get the planes sorted out, but that's fine because their planes will just move into the other wings, and we've got a little bit more spread out in terms of what we're doing. Okay, good. And then we've got not much out in the rest of the world. Show me. I'm not so worried about the Caribbean. I don't think we're going to get fights out there. Over here we might get fights, but again, ranges are pretty full on. Or maybe put some medium bombers out of Linganen. Where am I doing? Air groups, that's what I'm looking for. Oh, you're fully stocked actually. Okay, that's fine. And we don't have much out of Guantanamo, which I'm okay with. Some naval patrol. Okay, that's fine. If we see large forces going, we can always change that, but I think that's okay for just now. We are severely in the hole for the cash front, which may mean we have to pause our new battleships that we're building. Let's say Levy. We've almost no submarines, so I'm not so worried about that. Yeah, and we've got a bunch of people who have moved into trade protection, but I can't remember how many submarines they had. It wasn't crazy, but it wasn't terrible. 17, okay, so we can. It's not horrific. And that, I think, is us good to go. Now, no one else really has any problems with this, so we should hopefully avoid any other wars. And this may be it. What a weird thing to start with. A cruiser action where I have no ships, because I've just pulled everyone out of Northern Europe, my borders. And they've got all theirs. So, presumably this is not going to work. And just give them 700 V. What a terrible start to the war. Okay, but we sunk an enemy submarine, so that's good. How are we losing merchants? A few merchants, but okay. Nothing crazy. Okay, Japan says they're not ready to join the war. I forgot we were allied with Japan. That's how long it's been since I've played. Just whenever you're ready. Honestly, I'm not trying to force your hand here. No, see, this doesn't make sense. I have lots of ships in the Mediterranean. Why? That's odd. Okay, new docks, working up. Fleet tactics. An Austrian medium bomber, okay. What are you doing to me, game? You just killed a light cruiser. What? Why does this keep generating turns? Something funky's going on. I've not been watching the month, see if it's... Yeah, at war for 3 months. I've only clicked enter once. What gives? Alright, we'll see if we can get out of this one. Okay, so we brought a battle cruiser here. Let's just click generate battle. Okay, we have our forces, but let's be honest, not much is happening here. We will accept. I'm just going to run away and try and see if we can get the game to behave itself. Otherwise, I'm going to have to reload this save variant we've got. I don't have control. That's fine. We'll trundle along and then we'll dive for Guantanamo. Okay, unknown ship. Let's go max speed. Let's go max speed -2. Let's cut to the south here. Actually, if it's getting towards that dusk, we might be able to do some crazy torpedo shenanigans on their heavier ship. Probably just asking for trouble. Okay, the darkness is coming. Okay. Hello. Okay. I'm in command, so I get to launch torpedoes myself. The angle's not great. Wait 1 more minute. Okay, there we go. This is it. Only looks like we've got broadsides. Oh, rather, yeah, we won't have center mounts like cruiser. So we will maybe try and come about. Okay, maybe I'll forgive the light cruiser losing mine. Okay, we've just been hit by one of their heavy guns, which is going to hurt. We're only a light cruiser. We did rake them with our 6-inch guns, a number of hits, which is nice to see. We do have to be a little bit careful here. I would like to get them another torpedo salvo. I'm just kind of hanging about behind them. We're still hitting them a little bit. Actually, lots. Our 6-inch guns are doing some great work here. 2 heavy gun hits really, really hurt us there. We're not flooding, but we have taken a chunk of flotation damage. Okay, and it's our port side. It's got the torpedoes. Down chase is long chase. Yeah, we're starting to get a bit wrecked here. Right, if I come down, yeah, I think we may need to pull out before we sink. So let's just maybe launch some torpedoes. So we put 2 into her. Looks like she's corrected. Yeah, it's not going to hurt her. Okay. Battle cruiser's getting angry. We've taken a lot of flotation damage. We're still not flooding, but let's run away. Get out of visibility, not a problem. Oh, are we down to 1 knot? Alright, hopefully they stay run away. Ooh. Yeah, flooding's terrible. Okay. And we just limp off. And machinery repaired. Let's go up to... What's our max? 3 knots. Okay, let's try and limp home. We made her angry. Up to a cracking 4 knots now. Eight knots. Okay, that should be fine. And let's go home. I'm not sure if that other ship will sink. I think we're going to win from a damage perspective because we're only a light cruiser. But we also played very fast and loose with our survivability. Francis, no ships left at sea. The scenario is over. She went under. Beautiful. Great start to the war. Okay. So we just got rid of the Aquitaine. Show me details. There we go. Yeah, 2 torpedo hits. We managed to hit her like 30 times, which is pretty impressive. Raked with a 6-inch fire. You can see here from a couple of thousand yards. But yeah, 2 torpedo hits. Then just... Oh, that's interesting, actually. So they got as far as correcting the flooding. This, obviously, by looking where we are and things, was very close to being sunk, but not quite sunk. But then you can see about 3 minutes later, 2.5 minutes later, leaks in aging structure increased flooding. So it opened up some new holes, and that's what actually sunk her. So on a slightly newer ship, or maybe if they'd gone slightly slower, maybe, although it didn't say it was speed that caused it, she could have maybe just survived. But she didn't, so that's the important thing. Excellent. Oh, okay, and on our light cruiser, Vidal, I realised I've neglected to update my officers. I should do that. She survives, but she's going to be in the dock for a wee bit. But good job, team. Okay, who cares about 1,000 VPs? But glorious, glorious. Okay, we'll lose some VP and a prestige. The prestige is kind of annoying. We don't have that many of those. VP I don't really care about. Yeah, sure, I'll buy your tech armor piercing projectiles and a damage control improvement. That's quite nice. It's all happening. It's all happening. So we have crossed the... What is it? Is it the Medina? No, that's not right. I can't remember what strait's called. And entered Algeria. All right. Okay, are you going to behave yourself? You've behaved yourself. Perfect. Wait a minute, it's not... Is it just a Strait of Gibraltar? I can't even remember what the name for this little bit of water over here is. Medina's over here. That's Messina. I don't know. Anyway, we've crossed the Mediterranean. There's an easier way of saying it. You know I'm going to have to Google this as soon as I stop. And we're in Algeria. So we need to keep winning battles here. Although you're still only got 1 CL. They've now got 125 points. We have essentially none. I wonder if they're going to respond to this or not. I would have thought so. So we may end up blockaded at the end of this turn if we're not careful. They don't really make much in the way of fleets over here. Not really that interesting or important. All right. I think there's not much for it, but to advance a turn. Battle in support of land combat. Yes, please. Unexpected battle. So that's fine. But we have 2 BBs, 2 BCs, 3 CLs, a CV, 2 CVLs, and lots of destroyers. They don't have that much. We've got a bazillion destroyers, but they don't have that much else. Actually, I know a healthy amount of light cruisers. They don't have much heavy ships. We'll go with that. Okay, so we've got Ultimo Recurso, our area commander here. This is all we're getting to play around with. 2 light cruisers and a bunch of destroyers. It's not really what I'd signed up for. And then we've got all our air bases. Okay. Oh, that's not. I've not seen this before. So we've laid a bunch of minefields. Okay, do. And I think we're just going to go for enemy ships. Let's find out where we are. Okay, we're just off the coast of Algeria. So they've got an airbase down at Mers El Kebir. And we've got one on Palma. Although I don't see the little plane icon, as you do over in Tunis. So they may not have any planes there. But the map definitely showed them as having an airbase down here, but perhaps not. Okie dokie. So we are... Look at the ranges, actually. They're starting to get up there in terms of the torpedo bombers. Okay. This Med will soon become a pretty horrific place. So actually, it'd be really nice if we can pick up these 3 territories in this war. And I don't really care about the Med after that. It just becomes always a bit of a turkey shoot. Right, let's see what we're up against. Probably a bunch of light cruisers. Oh, is it nighttime? It is nighttime. Okie dokie. Let's pick up the speed, cruise max -2. See what we're up against. Looks like they're just going to run away. Not quite. This looks like a lot of ships. Okay, so it looks like we're up against 4 light cruisers at least. So we are outgunned. And a reasonable number of support forces. So I think what we really want to do, go ahead, is just fire a bunch of torpedoes at long range and run away. I'm not sure this is the outcome that we're going to really profit from. Can't get planes involved, it's too dark. We are hitting a couple of them now, and it's going to be kind of a very close run thing as to, oh, hang on, torpedoes away. Brilliant work, team. That's exactly what we wanted. Now, light cruisers, destroyers, pretty hard to hit with torpedoes at the best of time. And that's all going to stray. A bunch more coming in, though. There's a few smatterings of fire, destroyers getting hit. Oh, just, I mean, there's a lot of fish in the water. Got one. Okay. That was a lot of torpedoes out for a single hit. So I'd like to sink one. That would be nice. Alternatively, just doing enough damage so that we win the battle is important because it's in support of land combat. We've launched a lot of torpedoes. I'm not really in the mood to do knife fighting, especially when they have a large number of light forces as well, so I think we're just going to choose to withdraw. So it was a skirmish, an opening flurry of blows, but that was about it. How long's left? Yeah, 500. Yeah, we can go in, that's fine. Match is over. Ah, poop. Didn't quite get it. Okay, fine. So they managed to hit our destroyers enough to really get ahead with damage stakes. What did we do from this? Wow. Oh. Oh, we didn't hit with a torpedo. Okay. Fair enough. I think if that torpedo had been a hit, we would have won that battle. Which is unfortunate because that'll impede our land forces. They want peace already? Absolutely not. Okay. Ireland has declared independence from Britain. A bit earlier than usual. And we're sunk another submarine. Beautiful. And there's a little bit of raiding going on. Not a problem. Okay. They've now left the Northern Europe, and they have not come to the Med yet. So, actually, they may have done, because they only got 2 battleships, didn't they? Yeah. And we sunk their only battle cruiser. Okay. So they have indeed come to Mediterranean. This is their fleet. We've got 1 CVL somewhere else. Okay. Yeah, see, they do have a base down here. Maybe just no planes. Alright, let's keep going. Bombardment battle in support of land combat. This estimate enemy forces is bizarre. Okay. What's going on, France? No, it's just not true. Okay. Oh, whatever. There's something's unfortunately a little bit bugged, but hopefully it resolves itself. And in the meantime, we've taken Algeria. But we are under blockade. But Japan has joined. Huzzah! Hey, it's doing this weird thing where it jumps forward like 3 months at a time. Okay, I'm not going to take this battle. That's just terrible odds for us. No, thank you. Coastal raid. Yeah, you need to stop doing this game. Because you're now going to tell me I don't have any forces here. Are you going to handle yourself and stop? Ooh, 18-inch guns. Interesting. New fighters. A bit faster. And, oh, much more range. Firepower, maneuverability, a little less tough, but it's okay. Yep, I think you're the winner. Oh, we lost a corvette. But we sunk another submarine. That's good. Oh, the Asturias is in dried up for 5 months. That's unfortunate. Okay, we get a little bit of VP. Japan has us right. You gonna stop with the advancing? Okay, our army wants more resources to prepare for an offensive that will break through the front. No. Which makes no sense in war against France, but the answer is always no. Private fighter. That's the same. Is less tough, but much more maneuverable. No, I'm just going to keep with what I've got. Lost another corvette, and they're getting a bunch more VP for blockading us, apparently. Okay, and we just skipped like 3 months. Strange things are happening, unless I've missed some update that's massively changed how this game's supposed to work. Odd things are going on. Right, France is just seems to be ignoring the Mediterranean. So we are blockaded, but our unrest is still 1, right? So I'm gonna kind of just accept that, to be honest, for a few more months. Ah, I see. I see what you're doing, France. I see what you're doing. I'd forgotten about that. Which doesn't make sense, but it doesn't make sense. So obviously the principle being, if you blockaded Italy, for example, they can't naval invade people. Sure, I get it. I could absolutely naval invade Tunisia. To be honest, I could just walk across the border from Algeria. But sure, game mechanics. Alright. Who's in the med? Well, you can't move. Everyone who can move and isn't a corvette, please head up to Northern Europe. We got some fights to do, unfortunately. You will stay in the med for just now. Okay. And I'd quite like one far away from land where I can use my air arm, because I don't feel like I want to play around with them as much as I would like. We'll see if we can break this blockade. We're not far that far. I'll go on. I was tempted to quit the game and try and reload it to see if we can avoid this weird little thing that's doing, but I'll persevere for the sake of another 10 minutes. Here we have it. Big battle. Come on, air wing. No. Okay. Expected enemy force. That looks tiny. I'll happily beat those guys. No force change possible. We've got Vara del Rey. Alright. Tis dusky winds dawn. An hour till dawn. Okay. I don't think we have many planes up at this base. Probably have to put some there. Just a few long range things, I think. But I'm not so worried about planes from France land. We have the air ranges on. Does no one have any planes? Okay, let's go. What's your max -2? 23. Let's just go 20. If we see if we can find anyone to play around with. Okay, someone has seen something. Let's. Head down. We are reporting battleships. Battleships. The cruiser. What are you? Oh my god. We could lose Madrid here. So she's an AI controlled force right now. We have no control over that. She has reported huge amounts of enemy forces. Whether they are true or not, whether we have a panicky captain, I'm not sure. Let's go a bit faster. Squad max -2. See if we can get involved. See what's here. Okay, lots of reports. Okay. They've all kind of faded away. I think perhaps some of these reports of battleships were exaggerations. Actually, we have them both. Hello. I know you're under air control, but I want to see if you're damaged or not. Are you in the OOB under support forces? You are. It doesn't show you damage there. Okay. Oh, you've got lots of support forces. Your fleet's as big as mine. I don't think they are turning south, but I think they're running for the land. And indeed they were. Haha. Hello. What are you? I think you are going to be a heavy cruiser. Indeed you are. I'm going to have words with that captain that called you a battleship. Made me panic. Alright, let's go squad max, because I really like to close the gap. We've opened fire, we'll probably do lots of missing. Oh, it's a short day. Is that really dusk coming already? Darn it. I think this is going to be an absolute hiding to nothing. Yeah. Okay. Well, that was a bit of nothing in the end, actually. Why did France win? Because of two surviving merchants. I didn't realize I was supposed to be sinking merchants. Okay. No, there was no objectives. Fine, whatever. Game scoring system. Doesn't really matter. Okie dokie. More destroyers. Oh, these are good destroyers as well. French torpedo bomber. Oh, yeah, it's a big radius actually. 227 nautical miles. I think that's more than ours. Another French submarine sinks. And we're still being blockaded. Okay. I wanted a quick look at something. Planes. Our torpedo bomber. Yeah. 196. Okay, no, not massively different. They were 227. But if we come down here and do that, we can see, yeah. Alright, so we're outranged, but just ever so slightly. Okay, that's fine. You're still in the shop. No, not you. Well, you are in the shop. I was looking for... Where is... Oh, I'm still sort of a location. There we go. The Asturias, 3 months. Okay. I have issues with my bases. I don't think so. Show me. Base capacity used 450. Yeah, I'm not sure what the stars are about there. Okay, France has got 141 to our 74, so we do need to sink some stuff. And it's the light cruisers actually is what's probably killing us. I know they provide a reasonable amount of blockadeness. So we will have to watch our unrest. And unfortunately we can't do any naval invasion shenanigans while this goes on. So definitely the order of the day is going to be to whittle down their forces. Let's go and put some into... Is it feral? Is that what we want? Yes. put some planes into here. Probably just want some medium bombers and some naval patrols. And to be honest, that'll do. It's a lot of medium bombers, but I think that's fine. I'm not worried about kind of torpedo bombers and things. I don't think we're going to be that close to the coast for most of the time, so just get some bigger planes out there. Awesome. Right. Yeah, some weirdness going on with the game there, but hopefully that sorts itself out. And other than that, I think we're going to call this one a day, and we'll come back to see if we can't cripple the French Navy. So it's an okay start to the war. We took Algeria. That's actually a chunky win to begin with. I want more, but we need to break this blockade. I'd forgotten about that blockade mechanic. I don't think it's going to be an issue. We just need to sink some light cruisers. I mean, we could also bring some of ours home. We've got an extra 20 points there, which we might do if it gets close, because they're not doing huge amounts overseas. Although what I probably should do is set a couple of these people to go a raiding and deal with their trade a little bit, try and drive up their unrest. Let's just do that before we call it a day. So people, let's go by location again. So you guys over in Southeast Asia. I mean, you're not the fastest. You're not really built for this, to be honest. Once you're out, I'm going to put you onto raiding, actually. Where is the Puerto Rico? You're still on foreign stations. You don't need to be. Let's go on to Raider. For sure, let's send you Southeast Asia. Harass their trade there. Can I change you now? I don't know if I can. If I said move you on to Raider, I wonder if that'll take when you come out. And we'll just see if we can't annoy them a little bit with some surface raiding. Have to watch our money. We're slowly running out, although we should be finishing up some more destroyers, but we're still spending about 8 million or 8,000, we're going to call it a month. So I'll have to do something about that. But unrest is fine. The war's going okay. Hope the game irons itself out and reload it, and this isn't a permanent bug, because that could cause an early end to the run. I don't want that. But yeah, we'll worry about that next time. So, yeah, this will probably be the last episode of this year's before Christmas. So I hope you guys all have a fantastic Christmas. And there'll be one out, I don't know, probably a couple of days after Christmas. So see you then. Cheerio.